I'm Craig Treadway. We begin the morning with a look at your weather and your traffic. As always, traffic anchor Julie Millay standing by with more on the roads and the rails for you in just a moment.
But first, meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden looking so festive on this Friday. I love it so much.
Bring the festivities. Yes, I'm feeling festive right now. With all these cold temperatures that we've been having, it kind of feels, I don't know, Christmassy almost. And we have a little hint and sprinklings as you make your way out. You see some more lights and decorative displays. Now, red flag warning in effect. That is from 7 to 6 today. That's highlighted in pink, so that encompasses all of Connecticut and towards the northern sections, pretty much a good part of New England. Brush fire concerns. A statement has been issued by the National Weather Service, so an elevated risk. That red flag warning means is critical. It's either happening or it's expected to happen. That's something that we're going to continue to monitor. Coastal flood advisory. We've been talking about this. It started off as a watch along New Jersey shorelines, but it has been expanded since then. Remember, we have a couple of systems in the Atlantic that's pushing off. One in the mid-Atlantic, now another further north. Plus, you got the super moon allowing for that additional gravitational pull, and that could mean some minor flooding in spots. Fire weather watch. This is for tomorrow morning into the afternoon hours, so the danger continues, and we'll talk about how the gusty winds will play into that. Here's a look at your satellite and radar. We'll send it over to Julie Millay now.
The PIX11.
Great. Then in 2026, park operators will unveil what they're calling a world-breaking roller coaster to make room for these costs of admission.
I hope it's one of those free rinks if you bring your own.
It looks like a nice
skates.
rink, too.
Yeah, it does. All right, let's talk about our forecast with meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden on this Friday.
I agree, by the way. If it's free, it's for me.
There you go.
I hear you.
Well, you know where
right.
we work.
We got to save. And we got to save every bit we can because we're going to be Christmas shopping, too. So there. All right, yes. And taking a look at current conditions. Greg is hilarious. All right, so we got clouds rolling through in spots, but mostly clear right now at Central Park, 42 degrees. I wish it was 62 degrees. It will be soon enough. 41% humidity. As you can see, the air is already dry. Normally, humidity levels during the overnight early morning hours are higher, so we don't have much moisture to work with right now. Wind chills are in the 20s north of the city, especially White Plains, Montgomery. A little less so, a little less chilly if you're in New York City, as well as Teterboro, Sussex, coming in at 34 degrees, 38 in Farmingdale. That's what it feels like. And Belmar, 36. These are futurecast wind chills, and as you can see by this afternoon, actually feeling like 55. You know what that means? We're taking a little sting out of the air, if you will. Here's a look at the next 3 days, including today, 58 for our high, sun and clouds, and then it's going to be breezy, milder. It's going to be windy today, kind of blustery as well into tomorrow, so that's why you have the continued fire threat, and Sunday looking much milder.
Relieved to hear they're making arrests every day. Have you felt anyone reaching around or anything?
Better not. No, we haven't. Crossbodies are the best type of risk you can get because you can just keep it close.
Since we're not tourists, I think they know better than to try to pickpocket us.
But police warn not to have a...
And they're developing a biopic, which is the powerhouse behind the Freddie Mercury biopic, Bohemian Rhapsody. And I Want to Dance with Somebody, which chronicles the life.
Timeline, but Compelling Pictures says the film is being fast-tracked.
And a little later on, Julie Millay will give us her rendition of
I was so
End
distracted,
of the Road.
she just went a cappella.
She just jamming over there,
End
boy.
of the road. I just can't. I can't let go.
You can't let go, right?
Belted it out.
I'm so sorry. I didn't
That's
think
all.
anyone could hear me over
I
here.
know.
Oh, we hear all.
I guess I'm
You
wearing a
had your
microphone.
hand up and touching your ear. I
Yeah.
saw you.
That's like a graduation, perfect graduation song.
Don't you guys love Boys to Men?
I
yeah.
do.
Am I
and-
the only one?
No.
Oh my gosh.
They're iconic.
I'll Make Love to You, my favorite Boyz II Men song of all time.
Watch out now.
And let me tell you, child, and the video, steamy, nice, romantic. And that biopic will be very interesting because one of the members are not
looking at
there
you.
anymore.
I'm looking at you.
Yes. Yes.
And there's some, interesting
Drama.
background. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'll be there. I'll be there. All right. Here's what's happening. We have the drought still a problem across the entire tri-state. Again, now, things have really become more severe. Yesterday, this was all in the moderate zone, all in beige, but now it encompasses the severe drought situation all of, or pretty much most of the Hudson Valley, New Jersey. And New Jersey is split between extreme and severe. Long Island, eastern Long Island, still under the moderate drought. Everything else west, though, is under severe drought. So we are dealing with seriously dry conditions, and we're really not going to get much of what's
not just like being in the buildings around.
Inspiration.
He's more open.
Protect you. Wait a second, I'll protect you. Dun, 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 dun.
Protecting the innocent from nature.
He's adorable.
I tell you, man, Mr. G. All right, let's get a check on our weather and our traffic.
Julie Millay is checking on the roads for us, but first let's kick it off with meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden. Get this, I was outside for a bit yesterday just to get some fresh air, and I saw people doing yoga in the freezing cold. Ooh.
Wow, you know
Good
what?
refreshing, right?
That actually will work because it's, you know, loosening up the muscles and the cold. Maybe there's some kind of scientific something about that.
I'm sorry, in my neighborhood it still smells like somebody smoking a brisket.
Oh, yeah, so you
that's
probably
always tough,
want to,
too.
you know what, that's a good point, Craig, because you want to reduce all activities outdoors, especially if you're in places like New Jersey, pretty much all around, because we have the fire watch. We have a fire watch going into effect tomorrow. We have a red flag warning for Connecticut. So if you're in Connecticut, there are already some fires ongoing. Still, crews are working hard to kind of reduce the risk and get those fires out of here, extinguish them all. Right now, headlines are looking like this. You know, sun mixes in with some clouds. Spring-like weather returns for the weekend. Today, still a little bit on the chilly side. Monthly rainfall totals at a deficit by almost 1.5 inches. We're expecting that to change come next week. Fingers crossed. Almost 6 degrees up from where we should normally be. There's a look at our satellite radar. And here's a wider view of things. We have an area of low pressure well off to our north and east into the Atlantic. We have a high right here. This is almost reminiscent of a Rex lock. This is a pattern that usually sets up along the west coast. But in this case, you got one system replacing another. You kind of have this like S formation in terms of how the winds are being directed and where they're coming from. So with this blocking pattern, it's going to keep us nice and dry. We have a trough there to our south, providing some added lift. In association with that, all the showers that you see there, or you saw, mid-Atlantic, it's going to stay south of us. Afternoon temperatures mainly in the 50s, as you can see. Overnight lows, upper 30s, low 40s, and there's that system coming through. And remember, we talked about that Fujiwara effect. You have the follow the leader type of pattern with this system kind of replacing the other. It's like they're kind of wrapping around almost one another. But with that said, high pressure returning, winds are going to really pick up and we'll feel gusty today, tomorrow. Another system comes through for your Monday. I'm looking at the shower potential mainly north of here now, but we do have that in effect. This is our next system, by the way, for your Thursday. And we'll leave with our 7-day forecast. And then we're going to send things over to Julie Millay. She's got a look at traffic.
Yes, we're looking at your roads at 451. This one, Boys to Men is on.
We didn't play Motown Philly, or else you would have been over there.
Oh, she would have been busting a move then.
Speaking of somebody who likes to bust a move.
Every now and then.
Every now and then.
Keeps the blood flowing, keeps you warm, especially when it's this chilly outside.
I bust a hip. That's what I do.
Believe it or not, you should see him on the dance floor. He couldn't bust a move. All right. Here's what's happening. A drought monitor indicating that more coverage in terms of that severe drought encompasses a good part of the tri-state. Still the extreme conditions. Ocean County points south if you're in New Jersey, and then otherwise in the lighter color, that's your moderate drought. That includes all of Suffolk County and much of Nassau County. So since November 1st, we've only had, almost 1.5 inches deficit. Since September 1st, well over 8 inches deficit from where we should be. So we need to bridge the gap. We need to close that and make it a surplus rather than a deficit. So if you look closely though, a few snow showers, dare I say, the only thing it's not making it to the ground. We refer to that as virga. And we have precipitation in the atmosphere, but it's so dry, it's like evaporating before it reaches the surface. That's what we're seeing right now. Wider view of things, not so much. Much of the action well towards south of Delmarva Peninsula, for instance, parts of coastal Virginia. That's where we're seeing those showers. That trough is providing added lift. We still have that blocking pattern that's keeping things at bay for the time being for us. We're hoping to change that in the coming days. Upper 30s, low 40s across the board here. If you're in New York City, 42, 36, what a contrast in Sussex, and even colder north of the city. Relative humidity, not so bad when you look at it, 80% Newburgh, but look at that, 40% New York City, as well as Farmingdale, 53. Islip, and it's even going to get lower. So when you have conditions this dry, when you have the winds picking up, it could really cause fires to ignite and spread fairly quickly. So keep the windows closed, especially if you're in areas where fires are raging right now, still happening in parts of Connecticut, New Jersey as well. And if you're driving, use that recirculation mode. Very important. Limit your time outdoors, especially if you suffer from respiratory issues. There's your 7-day forecast. Warming up for the weekend, going from unseasonably chilly to unseasonably mild. Julie.
Stacy-Ann over in your Grand Central Park, where we're starting to see things pick up out here by LaGuardia Airport. More volume out on the roads, but no.
You know, you want to get out there on the ice skating rink, you got to bundle up.
Yes.
Shopping, you got to bundle up.
Yep, absolutely. It's funny you mentioned that because I remember talking about lathering up on the lotion.
Mm-hmm. You know, Aquaphor all over their faces at night.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right after the shower, right?
Makes your skin so smooth.
Yeah, and it seals in the moisture, that Aquaphor. It works wonders. Yeah. Put some on.
And I hate putting coats on the dogs, but you guys are talking about
their paws and stuff when it gets.
People.
You have to protect their paws from the salt. We need that moisture.
That,
We don't have the snow yet, but you know.
But I'm sure you got that covered.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's take a look outside and show you what's happening. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Very important. You'll feel it too if you don't. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Notice that it looks like it really wants to rain and snow. You can kind of make it out right in here, but it's really not making it to the ground. And that is because the air is so dry. We're not even near close to saturation in New Jersey. There's that system to our south. It's going to stay that way. We have another moving in toward the Canadian Maritime. So the two actually working in tandem, courtesy of this high, because it's helping to steer things along. So it's saying, no, we want you to go here and then go here. So it's going to like follow that secondary low is going to follow that primary low that you see there. As this deepens, it'll continue to weaken eventually, and then that high will take over, and that's also going to allow those winds to gust, which is adding to the situation we have with the fires. Okay, 29 Garrison, 32 Brewster, 31 Lake Carmel, and a look at our current temperatures across the board. Yes, this is our actual reading here in Montgomery, 28, so hence why you need to really bundle up. We're at a surplus though across the area, and it's going to continue to be that way. We'll leave it here at our day planner and send it over to Julie Millay now. She's got to look at your traffic.
The PIX11
Blue package.
Frost Fest will be open weekends from November 23rd until January 1st. For ticket information, just go to Luna Park's website. And of course, speaking of outdoor activities, let's talk about your Friday forecast.
Why not?
Why not?
Let's do it.
Meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden, what's going on?
I'm down.
I would want them to do like bumper cars, but instead of bumper cars, make them like sleighs, like kind of on ice, but maybe
I
like
love that idea.
right?
I
That's what
don't know
I was
if
thinking
I'd
of.
dig bumper cars in the winter. You know?
Yeah, but
They have them at Bryant Park.
make it
you
a
know.
sleigh.
Do
On
they?
the ice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bumper cars on the ice?
Yeah, they're like bumper sleds. Haven't
Yes.
you seen my live shot where I'm just spinning around?
Oh,
losing-
I thought, wait a minute, I thought those
the
were to help
fun.
people who couldn't,
No, they don't help anybody, I'll tell you that.
really? Yeah, well then I'm not messing with them.
All right, well, here's
The
what's going on.
sleighs, I love that.
I know, and that would be great team building.
You
I propose.
slay.
All right, here's what's happening. 58 degrees, that's expected to be our high. We should normally be at 54. The low, almost on target, just a couple degrees off, perhaps. Temperatures are in the 40s if you're in Westerly, Toad Hill, as well as, I never know how to pronounce that. If you do, let me know. Arachar, St. George as well. And in the afternoon hours, it will be mainly in the 50s. So Staten Island, we are not forgetting about you. Winds are going to be picking up, though. Overnight lows back into the low 40s. There may be some upper 30-degree temperatures as well. Here's a look at the next 3 days. Temperatures at around 62 for tomorrow. The fire threat, that does continue today as well as tomorrow, which let you know about Sunday, but Sunday winds are expected to come down a little bit. Temperatures, though, still remaining above normal. Coming up in less than 10 minutes, we'll have a look at your 7-day outlook. We'll send it over to Julie now. What's going on?
Stacy-Ann, we got
Arrocar. Okay. All right.
That's what
I
I
like
would say.
that.
Thank you, Craig. The weather and traffic.
Julie Millay has got the roads and the rails for you this morning. They look like they're behaving themselves
so far so good, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
All right, well, meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden, the weather is going to behave itself, even though we'd like it to misbehave just a little bit.
We need it to. We need the added moisture, and it is a Jace because, you know, of course, we have the fire threat, coastal flood advisory that we're talking about, but overall, yeah, the weather is behaving, and that there's a caveat to that because look at this. We're running driest autumns on record. November, October, September, October, November. What am I saying? You get my drift. All right, so we're just under 2 inches below average. So that's something that we're going to continue to monitor. So just figure 1 and like 3/4. The top spot, 4 inches, 1908. So we do need the rain. We're at a deficit for the month of November by almost 1.5 inches. A look at your temperature readings. Surplus, almost 6 degrees above normal. And your satellite and radar, dry conditions. We have plenty of clouds, but there are some breaks in between and some showers that are trying to materialize. It's just in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And with that said, it's all drying out before it even has a chance to reach the ground. So there's area of low pressure. This is actually number 1. Moving in toward the Canadian Maritimes. Another one just well to our south. This high pressure system is like kind of steering things along. Afternoon temperatures mainly in the 50s, 55 Scarsdale, 58 New York City, 59 Weehawken. Some areas may get to 60, like Asbury Park, for instance. And look at your overnight temperature readings. We're in the upper 30s, low 40s. And as far as satellite pictures concerned, yes, this is Sarah. Yesterday we talked about the potential of this system being named, and it has come to fruition. It's become better organized, now bringing heavy rains across portions of Central America, and that'll be the case as it moves toward the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's expected to eventually weaken a bit. But we're going to see what happens when it moves into the Gulf, because there's a potential for that, and it could actually reemerge or strengthen again. We'll see how it goes, but right now we're looking at a lot of friction. That's going to happen, but next chance for rain, Thursday. Julie.
Stacy-Ann, our folks in New Jersey that are watching, everything's looking pretty good in New Jersey if you're heading out the door.
Cast.
Our people.
You're great.
I am.
Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo.
Yes, by the way,
Do you really think this is fair?
it's a private suite. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, his interpretation of some of the most sort of poignant and human themes in this, I think it's just extraordinary, and it's created a cinematic event.
Oh, what a fantastic movie.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
All right, and with that, the news at 6 starts right now.
I don't think this can go on.
There, so there could be about a half a foot to a foot inundation where you don't see anything, a little bit higher for other areas. But we're not done with the fire threat for Saturday. That coming up, Julie. Sparkle for you, but again, we're tracking the fire conditions and we'll have a closer look at that in the tropics. We'll send it over to Julie Millay.
We're looking at your Hudson River crossing, Stacy-Ann, at 6:11 this morning. Live look here at the approach to the George. You can see things moving pretty well here. 5 to 10 minutes at your George Washington Bridge. 15 to 20 at your Lincoln Holland Tunnel.
Bypass the process without getting any Senate votes.
All right, Hannah Brandt reporting from Washington. Thank you, Hannah. All right, traffic and weather. Traffic anchor Julie Millay standing by with more on the commute this morning.
Yeah, well, let's start with meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden and her forecast.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You know, Craig and I were just talking about the supermoon tonight because we want him to take some pictures. Craig, I'm looking now, and it's going to be mostly clear. So the clouds are leaving.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Okay. All right, now see if it's like that.
Yes. Yes, and you know what? If you get enough light to bounce off of it, maybe it'll be a beautiful view just above the horizon tonight, this evening, just after sunset-ish. But this is great. Thank you. I wish I could just let that marinate throughout my entire forecast here, but look how beautiful that is. Just so rich. All right, drought monitor. So that was in between the clouds because that's kind of how it's been. It's just been like intermittent cloud cover, and that's because of what's been going on in the atmosphere. Drought monitor, we are under a severe drought situation across much of the area now, the Hudson Valley, 5 boroughs, western Nassau County, as well as much of New Jersey. Point south highlighted in red, that's extreme. Other areas, the lighter beige, it's more of like moderate, I should say. Here's a look at your satellite and radar. Gorgeous. But you know what? Look at how it fizzled out. You just saw that. A little speck of white. It was actually snow showers that developed in the upper levels. But, you know, it dried out before it even hit the ground. The air is so dry. And there's what's been causing those added clouds that we've been seeing. But this thing is inching further offshore and into the Atlantic. So because this high is now reinforced, it's going to dry things out even more so and keep our sky clear. Hence the reason why tonight is a good night to check out the supermoon, the last of the year, in fact. Upper 30s, low 40s, and relative humidity right now. It's pretty moderate, dry across New York City, though, 35%. And then this afternoon will be in the 20s and around like 40s in spots. Afternoon temperatures mainly in the 50s, upper 30s, low 40s for the overnight. Winds are going to be gusty, so hence the fire situation. That threat will continue. And the Beaver Moon, as we just talked about, tonight it rises at 4:29. It'll be low on the horizon just after sunset. Looks like, I think, a good time because I've been looking. Conditions for the weekend. Next chance for real measurable rain next week, Thursday. Julie, over to you.
Stacy-Ann, thank you so much.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden with a look at your commuter weather report. And if you're out and about, just make sure you are bundled. I feel a little chillier. Back to you guys.
All right, Stacy-Ann, thank you. 626. Take a look at this alligator. It was found in a creek in Rockland County where police responded to a water society. Like they used to also, you know, that type of quality that lasts for a long time and doesn't fade.
Yeah.
Meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden, you got any Levi's?
No, but now I wish I did. I did buy some. Yeah, I remember Levi's back in the day, and I wish, I tell you, I'd be much richer, I'll tell you that much. All right, so here's what's happening. We got a very rich forecast to come, especially for the weekend. Temperatures are going to become milder. So if you're sick of this cold weather we're having, well, rest assured it's going to warm up. 58 for our high, 40 for the low. Sun rising has already risen. Sun setting a bit earlier during the 4 o'clock hour, so a lot less daylight, and you can see the brightening up of the sky, just intermittent cloud cover. Temperatures are in the 40s right now. If you're in Flatbush, Coney Island, Bay Ridge, Greenpoint, and by this afternoon, the same rings true. We'll be in the mid to upper 50s. Some areas, if you're in New Jersey, for instance, we'll probably get to around 60. Overnight lows, upper 30s, low 40s, but a little bit milder in comparison if you're in Brooklyn. We'll send it over to Julie Millay now. Got any Levi's?
No. Like Linda. The windows are at Bloomingdale's flagship location. That's 59th and Lex.
All right, get your cameras ready.
All right, 10 minutes to 7 o'clock this morning. We got to talk about traffic and weather.
Yep.
Yeah. Julie Millay standing by would look at traffic. But
That's
first, meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden. Is Craig my hype man today?
Yeah,
Yes, he is. Yes, you are. Yes.
I am your Flavor Flav.
And then he's going to bust a rhyme. You better watch out now.
Watch out now.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it's always a fun time. Happy Friday, guys. We're at a surplus in terms of temperature readings for the month of November. And 9 days above average, 4 days below, only 1 day where we were right on target. And forget about it. We're at a big deficit, 1.44 below average in terms of rainfall. And we're still seeing some pop up across New Jersey here and there. The only thing is, it's really not making it to the ground. It is evaporating before it reaches the surface. There's that area of low pressure, number 1, that has been deepening, and now it's going to lift and continue to move in toward the Canadian Maritimes. This high pressure replacing it is going to allow for those winds to really pick up, and you have another low there. That's kind of why we're having that coastal flood advisory in effect, because those two systems are helping things to churn up in the Atlantic, and as well as the supermoon, the last one of 2024, by the way. Taking a look at temperature readings, upper 30s, low 40s. So in addition to that gravitational pull, we're also dealing with that fire threat that will continue throughout the day. Cold temperatures, dry air is allowing for that to happen right through the afternoon hours. We'll be in the mid to upper 50s. Some areas maybe low 60s, and overnight temperatures upper 30s, low 40s, and the sky will be clearing out, by the way. We've been dealing with the intermittent clouds, and that's because of that area of low pressure right there. It's going to move off into the Atlantic a little bit more and allowing things to really dry out as we have these high pressure systems take over. So it's something that we're going to continue to monitor. By the way, that coastal flood advisory goes into effect until sometime this morning into the afternoon, depending on your location. There's that next system that we thought was going to bring some rain on Monday. It looks like it's going to stay north, and then another shot as we head into mid to latter part of the week. I think a greater chance will be on Thursday. So we'll let you know if the timing. Temperatures going up into the 60s and then a gradual decline. We'll send it over to Julie Millay now.
This weather report was presented by Rubenstein.
That was a mess, right? After being severely damaged by Hurricane Milton last month.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to their division rivals, the Yankees. All the Rays home games will be played at Steinbrenner Field, the Yankees spring training site in Tampa. The outdoor some of the heat, but at least they have a space.
Yeah, in return, sources say the Bronx Bombers will get about $15 million for hosting the Rays. Meanwhile, the reconstruction plan for the Tropicana Field is still up in the air as the Rays plan to open a new stadium in 2028.
Wow.
All right. That is so devastating.
New York helping out, though.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Okay.
Well, it's 8:44. Let's get another check on that weather. Meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden is here. Hopefully there's going to be some milder weather because this guy needs to get some rest.
Yes.
I know.
Rest
oh, my
the up
voice.
and down, creating this raspy voice here.
And the good thing, Dan, is that you have the entire weekend. Hopefully, I know you're a single dad of the cutest Olivia, but hopefully, Olivia, if you're watching, please give Daddy some rest. Make sure he gets some rest. Here's what's happening. Sun mixing in with clouds. It'll be milder, a little bit above average today, and even milder tomorrow as well as Sunday. Oh my goodness. So get ready. It's not going to be as chilly, but certainly today, stick with bundling up. Very important. Grab the winter accessories. You'll feel it. The winds will be picking up to add to that wind chill. There's that area of low pressure we've been talking about. Remember, we have that counterclockwise flow. You could see the direction of those wind particles indicating just that. We have another one moving in toward the Canadian Maritimes. So those two systems providing us with a little bit of that churning that causes the potential for coastal flooding in addition to that supermoon. High pressure moving through, and that is going to take its place eventually. As you see now, it's dry, right? And it's also going to cause those winds to pick up because we have one system replacing another. All right, so taking a look right now, temperature-wise, we're at 42 New York City, 39 White Plains, 32 Montgomery, 42 Farmingdale. This afternoon, mid to upper, even upper 50s, low 60s even. So just factor that in. You may not need to cover up as much. And the same rings true overnight. It won't be as frigid. Let's take a look now at the two systems that we're talking about. Eventually, we'll move out of here, but they're like following each other a little bit, and this high pressure is steering them along with this indirectly, but we'll stay dry. A few showers we were talking about Monday, it looks less likely, but a greater chance later on next week. And of course,
everybody, and it's a story that plenty of New Yorkers can relate to.
And we're joined by a couple of cast members of the new film. All right, we're dancing on this set this morning. The film All's Well in New York follows 3 Nuyorican sisters as they navigate the daunting life challenges of single motherhood, career, and family. Here's the look.
Anytime I brought up wanting to have a baby, we'd just fight more. You know,
Good to see you. And you don't get more New York-centric, I guess, than this movie, right? So, did you pull from your New York experiences to bring them into each of your characters, and then tell us who you play?
I play Ida. No. I said I play Ida.
Yeah, now you play Daisy.
That's amazing. We were just talking.
It's early,
you know
honey.
why?
It's
we were
early.
just talking about Ida, our friend Liza.
Yes.
Yes. I was like, oh, that's so bizarre. I'm having a Freudian moment.
It's okay.
I played Daisy.
That's right.
I'm from the Bronx. I'm giving a shout out to Lisa, Luz Casiano, and Adrian Rosario, and Lucy, my love.
Thank you, Jesus. I love you. Shout outs. That's our. We get the phone is off the hook. Nikki Riz.
All right. Thanks so much, Ben. At 9:51 right now, we're just a few minutes away from New York Living.
That's right. Marisol Castro joining us now to show us what's happening at 10 if she's done dancing over there.
What's that number? I want to call. I want to give a shout out.
Well, I tried calling. I couldn't get through.
You couldn't get through?
No. It was jam-packed with people trying to reach Ben.
$4 a minute for you, Marisol.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it. Dang it. All
I
right.
got a wrong number. It was an injury attorney. I don't know what happened.
Craig will answer.
We'll break. Ben's
back.
break. Goodbye.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, that was Carisol Mastro. Thank you very much.
Carisol Mastro.
I got that wrong, didn't I? All right, the world's tallest teenager might have to wait a year to become the world's tallest college basketball player.
Yeah. Florida head coach Todd Golden said 7'9" Olivier Ryu is planning to redshirt. So he had the popular Canadian player. He played even in one game. He would have burned one of his 4 seasons of college eligibility. So instead, he will spend the season practicing with teammates and honing his skills. And still be a freshman next fall.
It's so funny at the last game, people were like, what is going on here?
Look at this guy.
Yeah, Florida students chanted for Rio. In both of the team's home games this season, Coach Golden said he should have made the plan to redshirt more clear, made it more clear to the fans, because Olivier already knew that he was redshirting, but you know, you got a 7'9" guy in there and you're not playing him.
Ridiculous.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. He's going to be a beast when he comes out and plays. He's going to be training all year.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, happening today.
All right. New winter fun coming to Brooklyn.
Yeah, Domino Park in Williamsburg opening a brand new ice rink. It's part of the Penguins that you can scooch along. You can stay on your feet.
A walker.
Yeah,
it's like a skate walker. I probably would need one of those. All right, Ben, final
Hey, girl. It's your birthday. Derek Davis. Derek Davis gave a shout out to some love to his beautiful wife, Linda, and their cat, Dexter. Karen wants to shout out the Coney Island Hospital staff. That's from Karen. Much love. Next up, we have Cheesecake Lover. I want to give a shout out to her husband, Dukins, Jourdain, and daughter, Pebbles. We also have Tiffany Robinson. Shout out to us. And shout out to me. Oh, this is that's nice. Okay, we'll kiss that. That's from me. Adalia wants to shout out their sisters and cousins. Happy birthday in heaven to Carmen Medina. We miss you, Mom, from Miriam. Don't lurk over me. You're so weird.
I'm sorry, man.
My God.
Hey, does Nikki Riz have some shouts? You have Nikki Riz?
Of course. Shouts to all my family and friends, everyone tuned in. Thank you.
It's not his real voice, by the way. He was talking to me in the break. He's British. Pacheco. Katie wants to shout out to her fiance, Josu. They're getting married on January 25th. Diane Martinez. The phone line here, Craig. You pick up the phone. Man the phones, Craig. It's like a telethon. Diane Martinez. Shout out to Long Island. Is it somebody real?
I think we've killed the line.
I don't know. Yusette Lozano wants to give a shout out to amazing daughters Abigail. We're gonna do this every Friday, okay?
Love it. I love it.
With you. We're gonna do it every Friday. We hang out with you guys. Shout outs. All here.
Real quick, DJ Riz, where can folks find you?
You can find me on Instagram at DJ Nikki Riz. I also play the hottest clubs all over the city.
That's right.
You know, that's it. We keep it moving.
All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you for
Friday
having me.
for DJ
I appreciate
Fridays.
it.
And thank you for watching us all week long here on the PIX11 Morning News.
I got a chapter.
Have a wonderful weekend. New York Living is coming up next. Make it a great day, everyone.
I'm wearing lederhosen. What do you wear?
Lederhosen. Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on.
Oh my, what?
Friday.
Yes, but will we make it through Friday?
Yes. I feel good about this. Thank you so much for watching New York Living. I'm Marisol Castro.
And I'm Hazel Sanchez, and we still have Ben's phone from earlier. His hotline.
Where is
shout
the
out
hotline?
I heard it ringing. Oh, I think they took it away. Anyway, I'm Hazel Sanchez. Great to